Welcome back to Factorio. I'm River, and we have sulfur brought over. So I didn't do too much between the episodes, but if we take a quick look at the map, zoom in a bit, I was just looking out at the big picture and trying to figure out what we want to do. I hate to have to move a bunch of stuff, so I'm trying to think things clearly. So you kind of see this yellow line maybe all the way down and all the way over here and then back down over to here. So what I was thinking of as we look at the map is we're starting to get to the point where polluting these guys, which means they're going to grow and could become more of an issue. So I'd like to relatively soon, if not this episode, the next episode, get out there and kill those guys. But I would also like to get better ammunition. And one of the big steps towards better ammunition is going to be getting gray science actually made. So I've researched gray science. And we've got the cliff explosives. I think we researched in the last episode. Where's gray science? So I researched gray science. And then I'm working on the things to get towards the blue science. Now, if we look at the blue science for a minute, we're going to need to make the advanced circuit, which used to use plastics. Some of these recipes have changed slightly. Can I just click on? No. So I need to figure out where can I make what does plastics let me do? Yeah, can I click on that? No. Yeah, so usually plastics was something for the advanced circuit. I guess we can do it this way. This is where this comes in handy. I was looking at what everything we needed with coal just to see if I wanted to put coal on the bus. I think we do, and I'll show you that in a minute. But let's do, if we right click, it'll gives us, so this is what I would call the standard recipe. So we're going to need those electronic circuits. We're going to need some copper or cable, and then we're going to need plastic. So we're a little bit off of that yet, and it's getting a little bit too far to worry about the blue science just yet. But if you look, what I did was figured on a plan like this, where we have enough to drive our vehicle up and down here, and then we have, enough to do, I think, iron and some copper and maybe something else. We could always do more over here, iron, copper. So we'll take this whole block, and this will, be either turning or going straight back and forth coming in. And then I think most of our construction is going to all go down this way as far as it's particularly making science. But then, we'll have our mall and that kind of stuff. I'm thinking up over this way. So let's look at the map again, and I'll zoom in. So, no. Cancel. All right, that's right. I'll just do AWSD. So I'm thinking, eventually this kind of coal and copper will run out. So things that we want to make for ourselves, we'll generally make in this area. And then as we go down here, I think what I'd like to do is 2 blocks down. So not this one, this or this one, but then I'd like to put our science labs all the way down here. It's pretty good open space there. Over here, because we have this water, we're going to have to see. We can always fill it in, but, do we do our power over this way? Or, we could do it over here, but we'll see. We don't have to plan everything out. But having said that, I don't think I'm going to increase. This mall is already taking up 2 of these squares, and then we can always expand it over this way. Particularly, what I would like to do in this area right here is make our military science. Or exactly, the gray science, whatever they call those packs, right? Which is right about where I was standing, well, a little bit below it. So if we were to come into here, in this block right here, we'll start making military stuff, which will give us our better weapons. So, yeah. Now, the goal I would like to think of, and I think it probably will be pretty reasonable. We'll see how it goes over time, but certainly with this beginning stuff is I would like to think about balancing this out so that we could let's get rid of that. Let's do, is it military? Yeah. So what I would like to do is see about making enough of this stuff to do 1 science per every 2 seconds. Right? It's not overly ambitious, but it's still a fair amount to get started, and we'll try to leave ourselves some room to maybe try to go to do a science per second. We'll just see how it works out. If we can do a science per second real easy, we will. So what I would like to do is try to keep... We're going to need this sulfur to make explosives. And so this is what I've been doing. Yeah, I think this... I'm off by one. Right, and then, so even though there's nothing there yet, as far as the path goes, we'll try to respect the paths. Just do whatever I have to do to get there. Hopefully we don't blow up too many of these when we're trying to clear the cliffs. That's a little bit of an issue about getting rammy, so to speak, about this stuff. And watch out with your nanobots. I have them turned on, but that green poof there will delete our belt if we were to put it down until it disappears. All right, so there we go. So now we're actually pretty close to getting that into there. Yeah, we can reach from the other side. So I think we may have a little special builder of, yeah, we might even start. So I'd like to stay off of this a good amount. So if we were to look here, like one more would be the road, right? We might have a road that was this wide, like one down from there, an extra width on each side. So let's go down to like 3, and then this one's already the width, 1, 2, 3, right? We'll leave a little bit extra for things to cross right in front of here. I didn't really plan that, but it seems like it would work. So our first thing that we're going to make, and I don't think this is going to go as well as I would like, but we need to make, wait. Explosives, are they made in a, I can't replace that, but let's see. Yeah, you're down there. Yes, okay. Explosives can be made over here. So, yeah, and then the cliff explosives. Yeah, will be made there. So we're going to need the explosives, a grenade, and an empty barrel. All right, so if things are going to be flowing in this way, it means we need to move. Well, this could be... I mean, to get rid of it. Yeah, this could be made right there. All right, so we're going to have to get water in. So let's spin this around because we get the water in up top. And then the sulfur and the coal shouldn't be a problem. And those, I think we might even want to just bring in on the same belt. Right? So in order to do that, we'll do like this. And at this point, I don't think I'm going to do anything but just dump this stuff right in here. If we need a splitter down the road, we'll put a splitter. So there we go. So now we're going to need coal, which I have. Do we want to bring that together? Yeah. No, you know what? We're going to leave it just like it is. The reason being that if we ever have to put splitters in, it'll make it. I might need to use a red one here. Yeah. Yeah, see, the red ones stretch a lot further, so I'm just going to stretch this guy all the way over to there. Right? And then if we were to go, well, here, let's, yeah, we could get it this way. So let's go back to yellow. I think we might need some more belts. All right, so we're going to bring coal in on this one. Let's see. This is where long reach comes in. Cheatily nice. Yeah, we're getting a little far. If we come up and look, yeah, that's... yeah, so we're going to need a red... Or no, we can move... Oh, come on, game safe. All right, there we go. Try to use the yellow where I can for now. We'll eventually have plenty of stuff. Oop, plastics is done. So advanced circuits. We're not going to be getting to the blue science quite yet, but it'll be nice to have it. All right, yeah, this is a bit of a mess here, up there. And I know I haven't pointed out that other thing that I was going to point out, but yeah, let's go get some more belts. Now, while we're over here, another thing I want to do is make a few more of these miners. What I was going to point out, now that we're getting close, let's see, can I jump? Let's just get this up to here. There we go. So if you look down there when I jump things over, like, I left this 2 off of here so that we could do like this. Right? So you want to leave at least 2 spaces. It's not probably even a bad idea to use 3, because at times when you go to pull things off, it does have a benefit to having a 3rd space in between them, but it's really not always necessary. And you can usually jump over whatever you would need the 3rd space for. Might be... Well, power poles should fit in too. Yeah, so let's see. So what we're doing here is we're getting this belt down. And right above us on the map, if you look, there's coal. So I would like to start. We'll get that coal. Now at some point we'll have to like jump this across. Right, so like from right here to there, so that these other belts can pass through, because this one's going to be feeding in. And now the thing that's a little bit tricky here is that you would have to be backwards. So if you want, you can do like this. Like I'm just doing it next to where I would actually want it. Right, it didn't quite work out. So if we decided that's where we wanted it, all right, we can come back this way. Well, now we don't need any of these. We kind of used them all up. Oh. Does that make sense? So if you don't want to have to replace all of those in the future as your bus grows, yeah, we don't. Why do we have so few of these? I guess we're just using the heck out of them, right? Yeah, let's go get. You know what? No, we don't need more. Not for what we're doing this moment. So what I would like to do is come up here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have just the right number. I'll just run this, just to conserve a little bit. All right, let's head up here and just clear out some trees. So we'll go up here and we'll get this coal rather than... coal's a big thing. We really can't afford to run out of coal. And so what I'm going to do is we'll start here, right, and then on this row, and then go over 2. Now we're not going to need a huge amount, but I might as well put a few of these in. Right, and then since it's going such a long distance, it's going such a long distance, plus I know we're going to need to bring more in here. For that reason, I'm going to do it from the other side. All right, and then we'll... All right, so once we get this power, we should have some coal coming down. Let's place one of these. Now I usually use the little poles here because, yeah, I think I want to try to get, oh, come on. Oh, yeah, I think I'm just going to go that way. That way we pick up this first. There's going to be another miner like over here at some point. There. Now the other, by the way, one of the other reasons for doing this is that if you were to try to stretch this out, it always seems like eventually you hit one of these. So if we were trying to put it up the middle, you would hit one of these and then not be able to get them in. Where if you put them down the ends or the outsides, whatever way you want to look at that, like it doesn't ever hit. You can always put the pole, and then just the natural length of them will always cover this setup, right? Even if you put them all 1 to 1 to 1, like I like to leave the spaces, but. Now, let's, I hope that made sense. All right, we'll put this guy, see, yeah, like right there. Oop, did I put it off? Yeah, let's put it. It looks straight. Look, it looks straight there, then it looks crooked. All right, then what we're going to try to do is go as far into here as we can, right, and stay in line with one of those. Another reason to do those, like, yeah, because this will be. Now, I also happen to know that this is where the rest of the poles are, right? So if we can just stay here for a couple, you'll see we'll be right in line with where the rest of them are. Because I just fought with some of them not too long ago. Oop, there we go. Right. So now we should have power. Yeah, let's get our blue science at least researched. And then we can go off to do some fun things. Like I said, we're not going to do anything about it right now. Just because we want to get this military going. All right, now do we have... Yes, coal coming down. You know, not an overly huge amount, but it's fine. We could always come ramp it back up if we need it. All right, so the next thing we're going to need is water. And that should be all the way over here. We have enough pipes? Not really. Yeah, I do kind of want to start getting pipes being made in our mall. Yeah, so that should be a good number of those. And we'll re-up our number of actual pipes. All right, let's get rid of some of this. So we might as well start over here, I think. Now, I don't know if we'll ever make more than this. All right, do we want to bring it? Yeah, let's stay out of this zone. Good, you'll jump right over. Yeah, I don't want you to be too close to the road, and I don't want you to jam up our... Sorry. I don't want them to jam up our mall too much either, but some of the mall needs the water anyhow. Yeah, see how that... Gotta be careful of that thing. All right, well, we need a regular pipe. Yeah, it kind of stinks that they steal your regular pipes, but it's definitely something we should start making on the mall here shortly. But let's get our science going first. All right, I'm going to pause it for half a second in a way that you wouldn't even know it if I didn't tell you. Okay, so we got a few pipes, which is really good because we're probably going to run out of power if we didn't get that soon. All right, so we should be able to start making... we need to get power, and I'm thinking, since in the future, one of the reasons for leaving the gap here is we could start putting some poles like up along here, right? And we start making an actual electrical grid. Yeah, I guess I would come down into here just for now. I don't want to block our future paths. There we go. So now we'll have electric there. I guess I could have run up the footpath here. Really would like to get these cliff explosives going. If you guys can't see that. Oops. For that reason right there. It's cramping my style, these cliffs. All right, so let's see. We could probably go... Yeah, let's go above. All right, are you getting water? No. Oh, we need another pipe. So we might have to get more water, but that looks like some nasty pollution there, doesn't it? Oh, geez, Louise. Well, hello, meteorites. Good Lord. Well, that definitely answers that question as to why things were getting damaged, huh? Are we already... Oh, we need... Oh, you know, we're making these... Yeah, okay, so we got chemical science packs. Let's take care of one thing. Radar would be nice. You know what? Fast inserters certainly wouldn't hurt us either. And landfill... Let's get the landfill first. It'll take like 10 seconds. Well, a few minutes. All right, let's come back up here and... We're just going to grab a stack of these... Because why not? All right, good. Get everything repaired up. All right, there we go. So now, yep, we got explosives in there. Do we need these explosives anyplace else? I don't know. But for now, these guys are just going to go right into here. And then this guy needs grenades and empty barrels. Yeah, so let's see about grenades. Right, empty barrels. Yeah, I guess we should get rid of our meteorite that came down. Which means we'll need to get iron into here, which is not a surprise. And then grenades. So grenades need iron and coal. You know what I'm thinking of, even though I don't really like it. Let's just see how it works out. I'm thinking of, we've already got coal down there, right? And if we did this, which I'm not a huge fan of that, we might end up moving this after we... Good chance I'm going to move that. All right, and we bring this guy down to here. I guess we need to put another one. Yeah, it's, no matter where I put it, it's not going to be ideal, is it? Unless I put it here. All right, so that guy... other way around. All right, and then we'll have... an iron. So this will be an empty barrel, which actually needs steel. You know what? We're going to need steel. Never mind, we're changing this up. So we are going to put this there. Right, and then maybe, I don't know if this will work out that well as far as flow goes, but if we brought iron and steel in here, oops. This guy could pluck off some steel in making his empty barrel, and then we could feed empty barrels in and we could feed grenades. Then the grenades are going to need iron. which I guess we could run that by here. It's not getting any prettier, is it? All right, so our iron and steel could go by here. We get grenades. And then I think what I would do at this point, this might just be like an extension to the mall where anything extra might, right? So that would be two locations for pulling out the cliff explosives and the grenades. Now, what else do these guys need? That's it. Coal. This guy, grenade, barrel. Good. So what I think I'd like to do, and let me do it off camera. Let's pick another science. This circuit networks is certainly going to come in handy for something. Mining productivity is not bad, though we're not really that short of stuff. Advanced oil processing, yeah, we're starting to get into where we can't do certain things. Yeah, you know what? Advanced material processing is probably a really good one because we can start, if we put any more furnaces down, we'll get a little bit more efficiency. So what I think I'm going to do is, because I don't think we're going to need a ton of steel, and this bus can be a mess and we can always change it if we really want to, is bring, yeah, I guess we want to come down. Let me come down to this row here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to red jump that over. Now let's stay in line as best we can. Oh, we don't have any more underground. So I'm going to get some more undergrounds. You know what? I missed. I need to go one lower. All right, let me go get some more undergrounds. I'm going to run steel into here, and I'm going to run iron into here, which might be a bit of a thing, right? And it's just going to be sort of time consuming. Like, I'm going to get the iron from up here onto this bus. Let's get onto the thing so I could run a bit faster. So we have iron coming in here, and I think what I'm going to do is move this iron line, right, even though it's a little bit goofy, up into here, and then we'll split off to feed this, and then it'll come down over this way. And I'll show you what all that means in a minute, but it's just going to be a little time consuming, and I don't think that exciting to watch. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, iron is just showing up, so hopefully we got everything right. And while we're waiting, let's go and pick another science. I haven't really thought about it. Been running around. Yeah, we're starting to get a little limited. You know, batteries will definitely be a good thing to get at some point, I'm sure. If not necessary. All right, so here we go. Look at that. Timing extraordinaire. Can we reach this? Let's get rid of this stuff. Now, what I was thinking, like I said before, is to try to shoot for about 2 science per second. I'm sorry, 1 science every 2 seconds. All right, so now why aren't you going? Oh, because you're full. Okay, so you were just waiting. Okay, you were just waiting on a grenade. Yeah, so what do you take? Are we going to get enough grenades in there, I hope? No, so why aren't we getting more grenades? Because we need more. Well, it's just kind of slow making a grenade. I'm not sure that I care how fast this happens, and we may redo it, but I really wanted to just get some of this cliff explosives in the make, right? So let's start talking about the gray science, and we'll finish up the episode with that. So in looking at the gray science, here's our recipe. It's going to take 10 seconds is the base time. So I'm thinking, let's see what happens. Let's plop down. If it takes 10 seconds to make a gray science, and let's keep this in line with here, right, just for the sake of it. Oh, yeah, that didn't mess me up as much as I thought. Right, and we're going to go close to the edge. All right, we would do something like this maybe. Yeah, so if we needed 1 every 10 seconds, it means we would need 5 of these to do 1 every 2 seconds. what I'm hoping is, right, we could put another one like down here, depending on how this works out. Or we could extend it longer. Now, we still need to make the stuff, so that would feed into here. So let's go ahead and do gray science. All right, now if we hover here, you can see it's going to take 10 seconds. Yeah, so I'm not sure if we get a bonus because we're in the blue one or not, but yeah, the blue ones have crafting speed 0.75, so I think, yeah, we'd want to upgrade more. I don't think we're going to get as much as we expect. And yeah, was a control alt? No. Yeah, get rid of that. No. All right. Yeah, I thought it was like maybe shift, left click. And then, oh, there we go. Yeah, shift. Okay. So there we go. I just copied those to all of them. So what do we need in here? We need grenades, stone walls, and yeah, so usually when we have 3 ingredients, it might be better to bring the things on the outside, right? So whatever we bring in here, we'll do 3 ingredients now, right? And then we would have something being grabbed off the end, and then something in the middle. Yeah, keep it even. Right, now the thing that we would put, let's see, is there, no, we just need one of each, so it doesn't really matter. All right, we just have to get them split. So what I would do is I would plan on something like this, so that if we wanted to expand this in the future, we would have like this, right? So in other words, from here, oops, we'll kind of probably did an extra one. We would do like this. I did all those the wrong way. So this is our outgoing science. Now, like I said, in the future down to the south there, we'll put the science. But in the meantime, we need to get it over to here if we're going to start using it. But we're not going to worry about that too much right this second. So now that means, yeah, this is about the middle. So what we would do is eventually have like some kind of a splitter or two here. But for now, we'll just see about bringing them in. It doesn't matter. You know, something like that. Now that means we're kind of probably going to get up against this, but we might even just move that. So now let's talk about grenades. Like if we were to put a grenade producer here, so it takes 8 seconds crafting time. And we would need in 2 seconds, right? We would want at least, all right, let me make sure I'm thinking this thing through. So we want one of these every 2, no, we need 5 of these every 2 seconds. Which means we would need, let me think this thing through. I need to pause it. Okay, so I don't know why I was, I know I was confusing myself and making it more complicated than it was, but if we need one of these every 2 seconds, we need 4 of these, right? Because it takes 8 seconds. So there we go. Now what I was looking at is this, and I think that, I don't know that we really need the sulfur coming in here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is try to pluck this sulfur off, without picking up coal. And then, oops, I probably should have done something different. Yeah, let's take this back a little bit. All right, and then what I'm thinking is, I don't think I mind that iron coming down this way, but I think I would like to. Yeah, that's not going to really work, is it? Yeah, so this is why you want to kind of leave them spaced out. So yeah, I think what we need to do, this will make it, is we're going to move this sulfur all together. All right, and then that sulfur, is that going to be in the way? Yeah, you know what, sulfur could even just come in up here. All right, there's a gap. Now, before we do this, do we have a cliff explosive? Oh, yeah, you know what? We don't need. Yeah, I'm going to do 5. And then same thing. Yeah, we'll do. I don't think we need that many of those. And you know what? You can have some more sulfur because otherwise I'm going to have a lot in me anyway. And yeah, so we have. Oops, I didn't get the cliff explosives. Now we're going to put you down here for future. Oh, good. I forgot whether it hurt the thing. Boy, that feels good. That feels very good. All right, so we could do this now. I have a project for afterwards. So this is going to be for after the episode, don't I? All right, so this is going to be like that, and then yeah, and I think what I'd really like to do this exact second is, let's take, are you powered? No, of course not. Let's just put this someplace that it would be powered. I just want to, oops. I just want to get rid of all this sulfur. All right, are you, yeah, you're not going to pick up sulfur because I threw some in there, but we'll move this over and get sulfur off the line in a minute. But all of that was done so that I could do this. Yeah, that's fine. All right, and then we'll do that. And now, as we use up this coal, we should be able to get our iron from here and get rid of this goofiness because we don't need the steel over here anyway. All right, can I pump? Yeah, let's get rid of some stuff. But that means we just have to pick it up here. All right, there we go. So now it means we can get rid of this guy. All right, and then we can run that straight on through. No. No, I definitely would like to ramp this up. So what we would do is eventually we would put like a splitter, say here, and run in between. But since we're not going to do that, what I'll do is, it doesn't matter, is this. All right, and that should be getting us grenades, and then we're going to have to. All right, and this is the outgoing. Again, eventually we might have a splitter there. So we'll just, for now, put the grenades on this one. See how that works out. Should be fine. Yeah, the only thing, yeah, let's not worry about it because we can put the other two onto this one feeding in. And let's get some power going. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll. All right, so there we go. So now we should have a bunch of grenades heading over to all of this. Let's put power up here. Cool. All right, these other things are going to be a little bit more complicated for a couple of reasons, just because they need more incoming ingredients. So let's see. Yeah, let's work on the piercing round. So I just put these where I would potentially put the gray science in the future. And we'll see. Yeah, so here, in order to make this happen, every 3 seconds we craft one. So we would need one every 2 seconds. So really, if we just had 2 of these making it, we would have enough. All right, so let's see if we can, why don't we do it, right, like 2. I know, because if we ever did more, yeah, so let's just do this. So this would be another, if we ever wanted to upgrade, we would put another thingy there, which kind of works out. This is coming in right at about the right height. So we'll skip 3. Yeah, because we would have to bring, and then I'm going to skip an extra one. All right, and then we'll just see about putting these right next to each other. So this would be our piercing rounds. And then the piercing rounds are going to need regular rounds. All right, what does a regular round take? Just iron. And it takes 1 second. So one of these would feed the piercing rounds that we would need. I wonder if I don't move this down just a little bit more. Right? Like if, let's, you know what, I'm going to put this guy back. All right, this would be potentially another grenade location if we decide to ramp up. And then, yeah, because if we did this, that could feed 2 of them, right? But we would want like that. And then an extra one. And then I'd move over. All right, and then if we doubled, we would want to double that. Now, we don't have to double it exactly because it's already, we're going to do 1.5 of these, which is actually pretty good because then we can pull some off for the sake of, you know, ammo. Because it's definitely the kind of ammo we're going to want. So which one did I pick? All right, that one's going to be that. Yeah, copper and steel. Yeah, and then I'm wondering, yeah, you know what I think I'm going to do is move these again. They're starting to take up a lot more room to the south than I might want. All right, what I'm thinking of is that we do like this. And then we'd have our steel and iron coming down this way. All right, this guy could grab iron. These 2 guys could grab steel. And then we need to get copper into these 2. All right. Yeah, piercing round. Piercing round. Yep, so we would have, so this would feed in these regular clips, which should be good to go. Now again, are we, yeah, because, well, the only thing I'm worried about with this now is that are we getting, how much iron do we need? We only need 1 iron. I know, ingredients, 4 iron plates. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get enough iron plates in. Yeah, that's going to definitely be a weakness. But you know what? Yeah, I think, oh, because that's feeding 2 different ones. Well, I could do this. Right. And then yeah. Right, and they could get their steel plates from there, so that would come in this way. We put this guy back where he was. And that should feed into both of these. Let's see how it works out, right? And then the outgoing, yeah, this is, so what I'm thinking we could do, if we wanted to double it up, we could put another one like right over here. So I'd probably put the copper coming in this way, and then the actual thingies coming in this way. Right, so we would do something like that, where we'd feed one side of this belt with these, and right, and then this would be copper coming in. Somehow, see how that works out. So if we wanted to double the production of this, we would, yeah, this was just a space holder, so we could still get these in, though we would, yeah, this is just a little too close. Let's, oops, wrong way. If I ever put more grenade makers, I want a little extra room there. There you go, a little goofy, but that works. All right, so now the last, let's get rid of this one. The last and certainly not least, oh, you know what? I just messed up if we were going to double this, didn't I? Well, we'll see. Can we, let's see, this would have to go like there at least. And then this could go here. Yeah, that would work fine. Does that make sense? So in other words, if we had more of these up here, that would still work to spread out our coal and iron into here, and then this guy could go, another partner could go right here. Now, we're going to need to bring copper in, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause it because I'd like to get this done this episode, or at least sort of kind of working. So now let's talk about what we need for the last bit, which is these. So we're going to need a bunch of stone bricks. And that's really about it, right? So what do we have? Like half a second. As long as we get enough bricks in here, and I don't think it makes any difference whether we send bricks or whether we send stone, right? Like, or if anything, maybe we're better off just, you know, making the bricks someplace else just for the sake of bricks being able to pave things. So really, we just need, you know, one of these will be able to produce more than we need, right? Now, how many do we need for the actual science? 2. So yeah, one of those would be able to make enough. So that would be, right? Like we could just kind of put this anywhere. Let's put it just out of the way of, like, because we would have, right? We'll leave a gap. Right, and then right in here we would have stone walls, and they would feed out here. Well, that was our copper coming in, isn't it? Oops. Well, they'd have to feed out pretty quickly. Well, we could always jump our copper over. Right, because this would be the outcoming. I might do something like this. And then And what I'd want to do is, these would both be on the outside track. I'd want to switch these to the inside track. Yeah, we could do it like here. Right, and that will switch that to the inside. Then these would place the magazines, I guess you'd call them, the rounds on the other side. Right, so then the only other issue might be getting enough of these onto there. Oh, we could probably do that right there, couldn't we? Yeah, that would be better. A little smoother. All right, so then, because these are going to have to get pumped out until we have the fast inserters. You know, these inserters, yeah, say 302 per second rotation speed. 360 would be like a full thing. So we might even need 3 of these to get these out there fast enough. And then, so this would be copper coming in here, and then we would have stone bricks coming in here. All right, so let me, yeah, we're going to need to think about it. I want to get some stone bricks onto here, and I want to go blow up a few cliffs just so we can run this thing, and then that way we'll finish this up in the episode by getting some copper and seeing this come out and into here. So that means we don't need this any, oops, we didn't need that one bit. All right, so that should be able to feed these things into here. If we ever wanted to put another row, we could just splitter these off, feed them in one way or the other. Yeah, so let me run some copper and some stone over and into here. And I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, we have copper on the way, and bricks should be coming very shortly. So, and if they're not, we'll deal with that in a second. So I was thinking about this. We could definitely upgrade this by putting more next to it. Now, I'm really kind of concerned about getting that many bricks in, but let's just go with what we've got, right? So can we put that there? Yeah. What are you doing? You're really nothing for right now. And you, yeah, you could go right here and cover everything, right? And then can we just get like a regular, no, you won't reach. I want to keep it out of where we'd put those if we did up this, right? So this is doing nothing right now, space holder. So there we go. So now we should be making, there you go, the, what do you call it? The rounds, or the armor piercing rounds are going in there. Now, yeah, I think we definitely want to get, let's say, a chest over here for these. Right, we should be, which is going to kind of kill our science for quite a while, but, right, and then, so I'd almost rather have the armor piercing rounds. Now, oh, you know what? No, that's not a good place for those. Yeah, I really don't want those stone walls. There we go. So let's, now I guess the thing to do, you know what, this might be better anyway. Let's put it like here and just grab it directly out of one of these. So it'll limit the number of rounds we get, but at least we'll still be putting something onto there. Now can we put this guy back in here? Yeah. And then, yeah, we'll keep those armor piercing rounds. And I got all kinds of junk in my inventory. I'm not even going to look. All right, but we should be making, yep, we're making gray science. So there we go. So let's real quick run it over. You know, eventually it'll run down south, but for now we'll run it up north. So we'll make this real kind of temporary. Yeah, let's run it along with the, I don't even know that we're going to do that much more science before we, right, and then that should start getting it, yep, flowing our way. Yeah, let's see. I don't think it matters. I think before we do the blue science, yeah, you know what? Why waste the belts? Let's... Right, just in case, I'll do this. Of course I picked the spot with that. Right, so gray science, we should be able to research. Yeah, let's even do it just for the sake of saying we did it. What's something that needs gray? Yeah, I'm not going to do landmine. Combat robotics in general. We could do shooting speed. Braking force is not. Yeah, let's do shooting speed. Right, because we can. And then I want to put those back in there for the sake of it. So what are we? We're just not making enough. Now, is something backing up here? No, neither one of the... Well, I guess we're getting a couple extra... So it appears that we're not making enough stone walls, which would make a lot of sense because are we really getting enough bricks in here? Let's do as much as we can to get some bricks in there. I don't even know that we're making enough bricks. But yeah, look, that's still not even getting enough in there to keep this thing running. Right, so we can make fast inserters though, can't we? No. Did we not research that? I thought we did. Oh yeah, there they are. You know what? We're gonna do that. Well, that should be pretty quick. But there you go. So I'll put some fast inserters in there, hopefully. But again, the other side of that is I don't think we're making nearly enough bricks. We have to ramp that up. But in the meantime, at least we're making a little bit of gray science, and we're also making hand grenades, and as important to me as anything else is those cliff explosives, just for the sake of being able to lay out the base a little bit more like we want without having to jump over all those cliffs and run into them all the time. There you go, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry it was, again, another broken up episode. Let me know what you think about that. I could show you guys more of the details. It certainly wouldn't be hard for me to do that, but yeah, at the same time, it's sort of, I don't know, just not that exciting watching me run belts, I don't think. And here, let's take a look real quick before we leave, and I'll just show you. Yeah, let's see, can we at least do this? There we go. So we know why we did that. Yeah, good. Fast inserters are done. So I'll go put those in between the episodes, and then what were we doing? I was curious. Yeah, see, I think we lose our progress. All right. Well, that's all right. We caught it pretty quickly. Yeah, so we don't have that many bricks coming this way, but there we go. So we came all the way down here just to show you. So we've got a pretty good start to a bus. I still have, we're not making much from steel here, but I didn't want to take all of this steel off of here. If you look, this steel is cut off right in this area. So, but we haven't really used much. But soon we're going to be getting into trains, and I want to use this up before I feed it in officially into our mall. So there you go. So there's our start of our bus. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye bye.